kettle whistles low against the wall. I watch the steam just rise and then it falls. 2 chairs are set, but I only need the one, waiting for the day to be begun. Waiting for the day to be begun. The clock is ticking steady on the shelf, a sound I never noticed by myself. It is the space you left that fills the room, like a quiet shadow in the afternoon. It does not scream, it does not even cry. It just sits there like a long goodbye. I touch the air where you are meant to be, and find the silence looking back at me. Your favorite book is resting by the bed, with all the lines you liked and things you said. I haven't moved the glass beside the sink. It gives me far too much of time to think. The floorboards creak beneath a phantom weight, as if you are coming home, but running late. It is the space you left that fills the room, like a quiet shadow in the afternoon. It does not scream, it does not even cry. It just sits there like a long goodbye. I touch the air where you are meant to be, and find the silence looking back at me. I thought the air would feel a little thin, but heavy stillness keeps on settling in, a gentle weight that I have learned to carry, something soft and something stationary. I breathe it in and then I breathe it out. It is the space you left that fills the room, like a quiet shadow in the afternoon. It does not scream, it does not even cry. It just sits there like a long goodbye. I touch the air where you are meant to be, and find the silence looking back at me. Just the space right here where you were, warm and quiet. The space you left, still here with me. Morning light is thin across the floor. I do not check the handle on the door. The coffee in the ceramic cup is cold. A quiet story that has all been told. I move my chair a few inches to the right, to catch a little more of what is white. The dust is dancing and I tell myself that everything is fine. I am hollow wood, waiting for a sound. Roots are still beneath the frozen ground. There is a space where something used to be, a resonance that is leaving me. Quiet echoes in a silent room, quiet echoes in a silent room. Hollow wood in the afternoon. Hollow wood in the afternoon. I find a photograph inside a book. I give it just a short and steady look. The colors seem a little washed and gray, like memories that start to drift away. The floorboards hum beneath my heavy feet, a rhythm that is slow and incomplete. I do not need to cry or make a scene. I only wonder what it all could mean. I am hollow wood, waiting for a sound. Roots are still beneath the frozen ground. There is a space where something used to be, a resonance that is leaving me. Quiet echoes in a silent room, quiet echoes in a silent room. Hollow wood in the afternoon. On the hollow wood in the afternoon. It does not hurt the way it did before. The sharpness isn't knocking at my door. It is a level kind of emptiness, a soft and very visible upon my skin. The quietness is settling back in. Just the wood, just the air, nothing left to really carry there. Close the book, turn the light, resting in the middle of the white hollow wood. The window is a heavy frame of gray. I watch the dust motes drift and fall away. I watch the dust motes drift and fall away. I keep my posture straight against the wall, waiting for the gravity to call. The curtains barely move against the pane. I listen to the rhythm of the rain. There is a stillness sitting in my chest, a heavy heart that will not take its rest. Oh, these paper breaths tearing at the edges of the room, speaking in a language meant to fade. Every hollow promise that we made, every hollow promise that we made, thin and white and fragile as the moon. Just these paper breaths. The tea is getting cold beside the bed. I keep the bitter thoughts inside my head. I trace the patterns in the wooden floor. I do not look for handles on the door. My hands are folded neatly in my lap. My hands are folded neatly in my lap, avoiding every hidden winter trap. It is a quiet kind of coming down, the softest way for anyone to drown. Oh, these paper breaths tearing at the edges of the room, speaking in a language meant to fade. Every hollow promise that we made, every hollow promise that we made, thin and white and fragile as the moon. Just these paper breaths. It is a quiet kind of breaking, not a sound to hear it all. Just the weight of what I am taking, just the shadow on the wall. Nothing loud and nothing certain, just the closing of the curtain. Oh, these paper breaths tearing at the edges of the room, speaking in a language meant to fade. Every hollow promise that we made, thin and white and fragile as the moon. Just paper breaths. Holding the light is gone, just paper, just breath. The window is a heavy frame of gray. I watch the dust motes drift and fall away. I keep my posture straight against the wall, waiting for the gravity to call. The curtains barely move against the pane. I listen to the rhythm of the rain. There is a stillness sitting in my chest, a heavy heart that will not take its rest. Oh, these paper breaths tearing at the edges of the room, speaking in a language meant to fade. Every hollow promise that we made, thin and white and fragile as the moon. Just these paper breaths. The tea is getting cold beside the bed. I keep the bitter thoughts inside my head. I trace the patterns in the wooden floor. I do not look for handles on the door. My hands are folded neatly in my lap, avoiding every hidden winter trap. It is a quiet kind of coming down, the softest way for anyone to drown. Oh, these paper breaths, tearing at the edges of the room, speaking in a language meant to fade. Every hollow promise that we made, thin and white and fragile as the moon. Just these paper breaths. It is a quiet kind of breaking, not a sound to hear it all. Just the weight of what I am taking, just the shadow on the wall. Nothing loud and nothing certain, just the closing of the curtain. Oh, these paper breaths, tearing at the edges of the room, speaking in a language meant to fade. Every hollow promise that we made, thin and white and fragile as the moon. Just these paper breaths, paper breaths, holding on until the light is gone. Just paper, just breath. The dust is dancing in a single line across the floorboards and the silver pine. I watch it move while I stay very still. The coffee cup is resting on the sill. The house is waking, but I'm staying here, inside the quiet part of one more year. The sun is cold against my open palms. It doesn't offer any kind of balm. Oh, morning light, you're much too bright today. You see the things I cannot push away. You find the spaces where the shadows used to hide, and keep the sadness locked away inside. Just a steady glow upon the wall, watching as the autumn leaves be clear for me. In this quiet place I'm meant to be, I hear the traffic on the distant road, the city waking to its heavy load. But in this kitchen there is not a sound. Fold the corner of the linen sheet and listen to the rhythm of my heartbeat. It's slow and heavy like a closing door. I don't remember like a closing door. I don't remember what I'm waiting for. Oh, morning light, you're much too bright today. You see the things I cannot push away. You find the spaces where the shadows used to hide, and keep the sadness locked away inside. Just a steady glow upon the wall, watching as the autumn leaves be clear for me. In this quiet place I'm meant to be, there is no anger in the way I breathe, no sudden movement as I try to leave. It's just a resting weight within my chest, a gentle pull that will not let me rest. The day goes on whether I move or stay, turning all the vibrant colors into gray. Oh, morning light, you're much too bright today. You see the things I cannot push away. You find the spaces where the shadows used to hide, and keep the sadness locked away inside. Just a steady glow upon the wall, watching as the autumn leaves be clear for me. In this quiet place I'm meant to be. The sun is moving further down the hall, tracing every crack upon the wall. Stay a while before you give to you just the morning light. The water in the kettle starts to cool. I watch the steam dissolve into the air. It is a quiet kind of morning in this room, just me in the shadow of your chair. I am tracing circles on the wooden grain. The dust is settled where you used to stand. There is no storm, there is no heavy rain, just a steady letting go of every plan. And I am looking at the glass half empty now, counting all the spaces in between. It is a hollow sort of weight, I don't know how to fill the parts of me you haven't seen. I am staying in the middle of the sound, keeping every feeling level, keeping steady on the ground. The clock is ticking slower than it should. I leave the curtains drawn against the light. I would fix the broken pieces if I could, but I think I will just sit here for the night. The neighbor's dog is barking down the street. A car goes by and fades into the dark. I am finding comfort in this soft defeat, a tiny flame that never caught a spark. And I am looking at the glass half empty now, counting all the spaces in between. It is a hollow sort of weight, I don't know how to fill the parts of me you haven't seen. I am staying in the middle of the sound, keeping every feeling level, keeping steady on the ground. It is not a scream, it is not a sudden break, it is just the way the water leaves the shore, a gentle rhythm in the quiet steps I take, until I do not feel the hunger anymore. Half empty, just the way it is today. Close the door and let the color fade to gray. Half empty, half empty. Stay here, stay. The dust is dancing in a single line across the floorboards and the silver pine. I watch it move while I stay very still. The coffee cup is resting on the sill. The house is waking but I'm staying here, inside the quiet part of one more year. The sun is cold against my open palms, it doesn't offer any kind of balm. Oh, morning light, you're much too bright today. You see the things I cannot push away. You find the spaces where the shadows to hide, and keep the sadness locked away inside. Just a steady glow upon the wall, watching as the autumn leaves begin to fall. Morning, you're far too clear for me, in this quiet place I'm meant to be. I hear the traffic on the distant road, the city waking to its heavy load. But in this kitchen there is not a sound, just the golden patterns on the ground. I fold the corner of the linen sheet and listen to the rhythm of my heartbeat. It's slow and heavy like a closing door. I don't remember what I'm waiting for. Oh, morning light, you're much too bright today. You see the things I cannot push away. You find the spaces where the shadows to hide, and keep the sadness locked away inside. Just a steady glow upon the wall, watching as the autumn leaves begin to fall. Morning, you're far too clear for me, in this quiet place I'm meant to be. There is no anger in the way I breathe, no sudden movement as I try to leave. It's just a rest and wait within my chest, a gentle pull that will not let me rest. The day goes on whether I move or stay, turning all the vibrant colors into gray. Oh, morning light, you're much too bright today. You see the things I cannot push away. You find the spaces where the shadows to hide, and keep the sadness locked away inside. Just a steady glow upon the wall, watching as the autumn leaves begin to fall. Morning, you're far too clear for me, in this quiet place I'm meant to be. The sun is moving further down the hall, tracing every ball on the wall. Stay a while but fade to blue. Just the morning light, the morning light, the morning light, so quiet now. Found the letter in the bottom drawer, tucked beneath the things I do not wear. The paper has a yellow tint today, and there is a certain stillness in the air. Your cursive used to lean so far to the right, confident and heavy on the page. But looking at it now in the morning light, it seems to show the burden of its age. It is just fading ink on a folded sheet. The words are slipping slowly into gray. I trace the lines where your hand used to be, watching every promise wash away. No sharp edges left for me to hold, just a softened ghost of what you said. The story is getting harder to be told as the blue turns into white instead. The eye is gone and the love is blurred. I have to squint to find the date you wrote. I wonder if you still use that heavy pen, or if you simply left it on the coat. I thought these marks would last 100 years, stained into the fibers of the wood. But time is quiet when it interferes, doing what I never thought it could. It is just fading ink on a folded sheet. The words are slipping slowly into gray. I trace the lines where your hand used to be, watching every promise wash away. No sharp edges left for me to hold, just a softened ghost of what you said. The story is getting harder to be told as the blue turns into white instead. I do not need to cry to feel the loss. It is a steady change like winter frost, just a softening of the indigo. A slow departure that I have come to know. It does not hurt the way it used to do. It just becomes a lighter shade of you. It is just fading ink on a folded sheet. The words are slipping slowly into gray. I trace the lines where your hand used to be, watching every promise wash away. No sharp edges left for me to hold, just a softened ghost of what you said. The story is getting harder to be told as the blue turns into white instead. Almost gone now, just the ghost of a line, fading ink, fading out, quietly leaving in its own time. The coffee is cold on the nightstand. I haven't moved it in 3 days. The sunlight tracks a slow line across the floor, everything exactly where you left it, except for the way the air feels, heavy and thin all at the same time. Now there are only small echoes, the sound of the floorboards settling in the hall, the hum of the fridge in the kitchen. Nothing loud enough to break the glass, just a quiet vibration in the wall, small echoes of a life we used to have. I found your keys in the ceramic bowl. They don't make a sound when I touch them. I keep the windows closed to hold the stillness. Learning how to live in the margins between the memory and the morning light, steady and slow and perfectly still. Now there are only small echoes, the sound of the floorboards settling in the hall, the hum of the fridge in the kitchen. Nothing loud enough to break the glass, just a quiet vibration in the wall, small echoes of a life we used to have. It isn't a storm or a sudden crash. It's the way the clock ticks a little too clear, the way my breath sounds in an empty room. I am not shouting into the dark, I am just listening to what is left. Now there are only small echoes, the sound of the floorboards settling in the hall, the hum of the fridge in the kitchen. Nothing loud enough to break the glass, just a quiet vibration in the walls, small echoes of a life we used to have, small echoes in the corners of the ceiling, small echoes everywhere I go, just the sound of me walking through the house alone. The coffee's cold and the light is thin. I watch the way the day begins, a loose thread on the velvet chair. I leave it there, I leave it there. I've been counting every mark, the little shadows in the dark. My hands are steady, my eyes are dry, but I don't even have to try to cry. We're just frayed edges and worn out seams, holding on to old-fashioned dreams. No one notices the way we break. It's a quiet kind of way to take, just a soft unraveling of the line, a little more with every passing time. I walk the hallway, floorboards groan, a familiar sound when I'm alone. I keep the windows closed and tight to keep the cold from the morning light. There's no shouting, there's no sound, just the weight of things I've found, tied in knots that won't undo, the pieces left of me and you. We're just frayed edges and worn out seams, holding on to old-fashioned dreams. No one notices the way we break. It's a quiet kind of way to take, just a soft unraveling of the line, a little more with every passing time. It isn't heavy, it isn't sharp, just a dull ache in the dark, a slow pull at the centerfold, the story that we never told. It stays inside, it stays right here, clear and low and very near. We're just frayed edges and worn out seams, holding on to old-fashioned dreams. No one notices the way we break. It's a quiet kind of way to take, just a soft unraveling of the line, a little more with every passing time. Frayed edges, just frayed edges, letting go so slowly now. I'll find my way back home somehow. Frayed edges, quiet now. The tea has gone cold in the ceramic cup. I watch the steam vanish until it gives up. The sunlight is thin on the hardwood floor. I am not locked on the door, just sitting here steady, just breathing in slow. It is time for the things that we both already know. This is the softest goodbye we could find. No shouting, no shadows, just peace left behind. My voice is a whisper, a thread in the air. I am leaving the keys on the wood by the stair. The softest goodbye, quiet and true, the simplest way of unfastening you. I packed up the books that I brought from the coast. The silence between us is what hurts the most, but it is a kind silence, a tired refrain. I am moving with care, so the floorboards stay still, holding my heart with a quieted will. This is the softest goodbye we could find. No shouting, no shadows, just peace left behind. My voice is a whisper, a thread in the air. I am leaving the keys on the wood by the stair. The softest goodbye, quiet and true, the simplest way of unfastening you. There are no more questions to ask or to keep. The world is awake while our memories sleep. I do not need volume to tell you I care. I just need the courage to go out from there softly now, steady and slow. The softest goodbye, I am ready to go. Just a breath, just a step, gone. The tea has gone cold in the ceramic cup. I watch the steam vanish until it gives up. Sunlight is thin on the hardwood floor. I am not looking for the lock on the door, just sitting here steady, just breathing in slow. It is time for the things that we both already know. This is the softest goodbye we could find. No shine, no shouting, no shadows, just peace left behind. My voice is a whisper, I am leaving the keys on the wood by the stair. The softest goodbye, quiet and true, the simplest way of unfastening you. Packed up the books that I brought from the coast. The silence between us is what hurts the most, but it is a kind silence, a tired refrain, like the sound of the garden accepting the rain. I am moving with care, so the floorboards stay still, holding my heart with a quieted will. This is the softest goodbye we could find. No shine, no shouting, no shadows, just peace left behind. My voice is a whisper, I am leaving the keys on the wood by the stair. The softest goodbye, quiet and true, the simplest way of unfastening you. There are no more questions to ask or to keep. The world is awake while our memories sleep. I do not need volume to tell you I care. I just need the courage to go out from there softly now, steady and slow, the softest goodbye. I am ready to go, I am ready to go. Just a breath, just a step, gone. The coffee is cold in the ceramic cup. The sun is just pushing the shadows away. I look at the spine of the book on the shelf. There are words that we never got around to say. I trace the gold letters with the tip of my thumb. It feels like a secret I am meant to keep. The house is too quiet, the air is too still. I watch as the rest of the world falls asleep. We are just chapters that nobody read. The ink is still wet on the things that we said. No need for a shout or a heavy goodbye. Just unread pages under a pale gray sky. I am closing the cover, I am turning the light, resting my head in the cool of the night. The bookmark is stuck at the end of July, before all the weather began to turn cold. I wonder if endings are always this soft, or if stories get tired of being told. Your sweater is folded, it smells like the rain. I put it away in the back of the drawer. There is no use in looking for meanings in lines that do not belong to this house anymore. We are just chapters that nobody read. The ink is still wet on the things that we said. No need for a shout or a heavy goodbye. Just unread pages under a pale gray sky. I am closing the cover, I am turning the light, resting my head in the cool of the night. It is not a tragedy, it is just a pause, a quiet departure without a cause. I stay in the middle, I stay in the calm, holding the weight of the book in my palm. We are just chapters that nobody read. The ink is still wet on the things that we said. No need for a shout or a heavy goodbye. Just unread pages under a pale gray sky. I am closing the cover, I am turning the light, resting my head in the cool of the night. Unread pages, just a few more lines. Sleep now. Let it be, be. The coffee is cold in the ceramic cup. The sun is just pushing the shadows away. I look at the spine of the book on the shelf. There are words that we never got around to say. I trace the gold letters with the tip of my thumb. It feels like a secret I am meant to keep. The house is too quiet, the air is too still. I watch as the rest of the world falls asleep. We are just chapters that nobody read. The ink is still wet on the things that we said. No need for a shout or a heavy goodbye. Just unread pages under a pale gray sky. I am closing the cover, I am turning the light, resting my head in the cool of the night. The bookmark is stuck at the end of July, before all the weather began to turn cold. I wonder if endings are always this soft, or if stories get tired of being told. Your sweater is folded, it smells like the rain. I put it away in the back of the drawer. There is no use in looking for meanings in lines that do not belong to this house anymore. We are just chapters that nobody read. The ink is still wet on the things that we said. No need for a shout or a heavy goodbye, just unread pages under a pale gray sky. I am closing the cover, I am turning the light, resting my head in the cool of the night. It is not a tragedy, it is just a pause, a quiet departure without a cause. I stay in the middle, I stay in the calm, holding the weight of the book in my palm. We are just chapters that nobody read. The ink is still wet on the things that we said. No need for a shout or a heavy goodbye, just unread pages under a pale gray sky. I am closing the cover, I am turning the light, resting my head in the cool of the night. Unread pages, just a few more lines. Sleep now, let it be. The shadows stretch across the wooden floor, a pale yellow line against the door. I watch the dust motes drift and slowly fall, while silence settles in the hallway wall. The coffee in my mug is turned to cold, another morning story being told, without a word or any sound at all, just the light that makes the shadows tall. Oh, this winter sun, it is shining, but it provides no heat, just a reminder and the distance that we could not meet. It is a beautiful and lonely light that cuts the afternoon away from night, low in the sky and soft upon the ground, restrained and quiet, never making a sound. I keep my coat on even when inside, with nowhere left for me to really hide. The garden beds are turned to shades of gray, and daylight starts to quickly slip away. I trace the frost patterns on the glass, waiting for the frozen hours to pass. The air is still and heavy in the room, like a flower that forgot to bloom. Oh, this winter sun, it is shining, but it provides no heat, just a reminder and the distance that we could not meet. It is a beautiful and lonely light that cuts the afternoon away from night, low in the sky and soft upon the ground, restrained and quiet, never making a sound. There is no need to raise my voice today, the colors simply chose to fade away. I breathe out slow and see the silver mist, a sharp reminder of the things I missed, steady and even as the pulse of time, a slow descent, a quiet sort of climb. Oh, this winter sun, it is shining, but it provides no heat, just a reminder and the distance that we could not meet. It is a beautiful and lonely light that cuts the afternoon away from night, low in the sky and soft upon the ground, restrained and quiet, never making a sound. Pale light, winter sun, fading out when the day is done, restrained and quiet when the day is done. The morning light is cold against the floor, it finds the spaces where you used to be. I watch the dust motes drift across the door, in silence that belongs to you and me. The kettle hums a low and steady tune, the only sound within this hollow frame. I hope the shadows leave the kitchen soon, before they start to whisper out your name. I am tracing shadows on the bedroom wall, drawing lines where light and darkness meet, waiting for the heavy rain to fall and wash the silver echoes off the street. There is no use in reaching for the ghost of everything we thought we had to keep. I am the one who misses you the most, when the rest of the world is fast asleep. I found a folded letter in a drawer, The ink is fading where the paper bends. I do not recognize the person anymore who wrote about a road that never ends. I keep the windows closed to hold the air, the scent of cedar wood and summer rain. I see your sweater draped across the chair, and let it hold the shape of all this pain. I am tracing shadows on the bedroom wall, drawing lines where light and darkness meet, waiting for the heavy rain to fall and wash the silver echoes off the street. There is no use in reaching for the ghost of everything we thought we had to keep. I am the one who misses you the most when the rest of the world is fast asleep. It is a quiet kind of silver ache, a steady pulse beneath the calm veneer. I move so slowly so I do not break the fragile glass of being lonely here. No need to raise my voice to make a sound. The silence says much more than I could try. I keep my feet upon the level ground and watch the gray and empty clouds go by. I am tracing shadows on the bedroom wall, drawing lines where light and darkness meet, waiting for the heavy rain to fall and wash the silver echoes off the street. There is no use in reaching for the ghost of everything we thought we had to keep. I am the one who misses you the most when the rest of the world is fast asleep. Tracing shadows, just the outlines where the light was, now it is gone. Quiet now, just the shadows, stay a while. The tea has settled at the bottom of the cup. I watch the steam dissolve into the gray. The clock is ticking loud into the gray. The clock is ticking louder than it used to. I find I have nothing left to say. The curtains haven't moved since early morning. The light is tracing patterns on the floor. I'm listening for a sound that isn't coming, a turning key inside the front room door. It is the weight of silence in the hallway. It is the pressure of the air inside this room. A heavy blanket pulling at my shoulders in the softness, in the gloom. I am breathing in the stillness of the shadows. I am learning how to carry what is gone. It's a quiet kind of heavy, slow and steady, holding on until the dawn. I move the chair back to its usual corner. The floorboards creak beneath my resting feet. I found a single thread upon the carpet. The memory is bitter and it's sweet. There is no need to rush the conversation. There is no need to rush the conversation. There's no one here to tell me I am wrong. I'm just sitting the ghost of every sentence in the space where we belong. I am not reaching for the telephone. I am not calling out your name. I am just sinking in the center of the quiet, giving up the fire and the flame. It doesn't hurt as much as I expected. It's just a steady hum against my chest, a weary heart finally finding, a weary heart finally finding a hollow place to rest. It is the weight of silence in the hallway. It is the pressure of the air inside this room. A heavy blanket pulling at my shoulders in the softness, in the gloom. I am breathing in the stillness of the shadows. I am learning how to carry what is gone. It's a quiet kind of heavy, slow and steady, holding on until the dawn. Just the quiet now, just the breath I take, the weight of it so still. Tea has gone cold on the table. The sunlight is thin on the floor. Tell myself that I am able to walk through an open door. But the air in the hallway is heavy, and the clock has a hollower sound. Keep my breathing steady while the silence is circling round. It is a gentle ache, a low and steady hum, a heart that will not break, but simply has gone numb. No storm is blowing through, no thunder in the sky, just the quiet ghost of you in the corner of my eye. I found your old book on the bedside. A corner is folded on page 10. I remember the way that the light died and how we were different back then. And how we were different back then. I do not feel like weeping, do not feel like a ghost. I am just tired of keeping the things that I wanted the most. It is a gentle ache, a low and steady hum, a heart that will not break, but simply has gone numb. No storm is blowing through, no thunder in the sky, just the quiet ghost of you in the corner of my eye. There is no need for shouting, the words would only fall flat. There is no room for doubting, it simply ended like that. A soft, steady closing of a door, reposing, learning how to let go. It is a gentle ache, a low and steady hum, a heart that will not break, but simply has gone numb. No storm is blowing through, no thunder in the sky, just the quiet ghost of you in the corner of my eye. It is just a gentle ache, a slow and quiet tide with nothing left to take, and the hollow of my chest, a quiet revelation, finally at rest. The paper is thin enough to see through now. I hold it up against the morning light, tracing the paths that we used to know before the ink began to lose the fight. The creases are white where I folded the edges, keeping the secrets of places we stayed. Now it is just a collection of ledge and promises that we both watched as they frayed. These are worn out maps for a different life. The roads have all changed and the bridges are down. I am standing right here in the middle of it, but the ink is too pale and the paper is dry. I am folding it up for the very last time, just a worn out map under a heavy sky. There is a coffee stain near the northern coast where we sat in the car and watched the rain. It looks like a shadow or maybe a ghost, a little reminder of a steady pain. My finger stops where the highway ends, in a town that I do not recognize anymore. We were so sure of the twist and the bends when we started our walk from the bedroom door. These are worn out maps for a different life. The roads have all changed and the bridges are down. I am standing right here in the middle of it, but the ink is too pale and the paper is dry. I am folding it up for the very last time, just a worn out map under a heavy sky. It is hard to get lost when you stay in one place, But I have been wandering inside of my head, looking for lines on a familiar face and finding a blank sheet of paper instead. No need to hurry and no need to run. The journey is over before it begun. These are worn out maps for a different life. The roads have all changed and the bridges are down. I am standing right here in the middle of it, but the ink is too pale and the paper is dry. I am folding it up for the very last time, just a worn out map under a heavy sky. The paper is thin, the ink is all gone. I am letting it go as the day carries on. Worn out maps, quietly gone.